What's happening, everyone? I am Dial here with a teaser review. I don't even know if you can even call this a teaser. This is not even like 30 seconds, but they're officially calling it announcement. So the official announcement video of the cast was released online for Shrek 5. Wow, I'm surprised they released this so early. Why are they releasing this like as soon as they did? This movie's not coming out till Christmas of 2026 next year. So like this movie's not coming out for a while. I don't know why we're getting this so soon. We already had the official announcement that they were going to do a Shrek 5, and so now this new announcement, we get a first look at the new designs for Shrek and the gang. And of course, I've heard about all the discourse online about these new updated designs of Shrek and his friends. A lot of people are split, leaning more towards the negative. A lot of people feel like this new design of Shrek, Donkey, Fiona, Pinocchio, and their what seems to be their daughter, all grown up, they don't like it. They just feel like there's a lot of uncanny valley going on with these new designs. Like I heard a lot of people saying that they Disneyfied Shrek, and probably the most ridiculous thing I've heard is that they're comparing these designs to the original design of Sonic the Hedgehog. We were going to get, that ugly design, and then they had to go back and redesign it to make Sonic look like he looks closer to the games. People are actually comparing it to that original ugly design, and I think people are out of their minds with that comparison. Like, this is nowhere near as bad as that new design. But anyway, what do I think about these new designs for Shrek 5? I don't really have an issue with it, to be honest. Like, this is kind of what I expected. I don't know why people are freaking out over the new rendering of the CGI. Like, it's kind of expected that, didn't we? Because the first film came out like over 20 years ago. And okay, so I guess we got to start getting into some hot takes, which I know there's going to be some people that disagree with me, but let's just call it how it is. The original designs for the original CGI for the Shrek films, at least for like the first couple of movies, they're dated. They are. I like even just going back to the first movie, like you could tell that the CGI was not fully where they wanted it to be. Like there were still some like awkward movements, and like the facial expressions of the characters weren't fully there. Like they couldn't express as well as they wanted it to. You could tell like this is one of their first attempts at trying to make a CGI film. It reminds me a lot of the first couple Toy Story films, actually, because the CGI there wasn't the greatest either. Not that they were like bad or anyway, and I'm not saying that the CGI in the first couple Shrek movies were like bad. Like it got the job done, but let's be honest, the CGI there was not matching up to its full potential. I'm sure that the creators of Shrek really waited for the CGI to be updated, or like have updated technology so they can actually get the proper expressions that they want to out of the characters. Now that technology has got improved over the past 20 years, there's so much more that they can do with Shrek as far as the designs. But this, like, I don't really have an issue with it. I really don't. It's not like these designs are drastically changing how the characters look. Like you look at these guys and you could tell that's Shrek, that's Donkey, that's Fiona, and this new, I would say new character, but one of Shrek and Fiona's daughters, which I believe is Felicia. Like, like you can tell that these are the original characters from the first four movies. It's just they had updating with the CGI, and they're more expressive with their eyes. The skin texture is a lot more detailed. So I don't know. There's like slight changes here and there, like the way they style the hair or something like that. But like, it's not like they're unrecognizable. I think people are freaking out over nothing. I'm just gonna be honest with you, and I feel like once we get like a full trailer of Shrek and actually seeing how they, how they move into the film and like actually seeing like the scope of the movie to, how they updated the look of the film compared to the previous movies, I think people will start to come around to it. But really, I don't think this is bad. I really don't. Like, I actually think this is something they needed to do, especially, if you're going back to stuff like, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, like they completely changed the animation there, but you could tell that was Puss in Boots. They didn't completely change how he looked. It's just that the different animation style. So why can't they do some of that with Shrek? And it's not even this animation is not even as exaggerated as Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but you still could tell those are the characters. So it's like, I really don't see the big deal here. I really don't. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I like the little details there. Like, you see some crow's feet on Shrek eyes, like showing that he's gotten older since the last movies, and obviously since one of his daughters is now like seems to be a teenager now. Like, it's good that they're showing a passage of time, similar with Donkey. Like, you could see like his hair look, it almost looks like his hair is like kind of receding a little bit, but I like that they gave him like kind of a spiky haired look. I think that's kind of cool. And like his chin hair is a little bit longer. I think that's also a good way of showing the passages of time, so I think that's cool. um so people seem to not like the design of Fiona, and I don't understand why. Like, I don't know. Once again, it looks like they matured her a little bit more, just like they did with Shrek. I did like that. I heard people complaining about the teeth, which I guess like the teeth is like looking a little more like crooked and wide, like kind of similar to how Shrek's is, but not as crooked as Shrek's, obviously. But like, I guess her teeth is not as perfect as it was in the previous four movies, which that doesn't really bother me. Like, it doesn't distract me at all. But the rest of her design, I don't really see the issue with it. She still has the long red hair, and the shape of her head is similar. Like, I don't know. She still has a soft look, so I really don't get why people are complaining so much. Like, I think really just people don't like change. I'm just convinced of that at this point. Pinocchio, looks like Pinocchio. I mean, he looks a little bit shinier than he did in the previous movies. Like, he almost looks like a toy, which I guess technically Pinocchio is a toy, but I mean, I don't mind it. Like I said, he looks a little bit smaller too than he did in the previous movies. I don't think this design is even similar to how he looked in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish with that cameo appearance that he did. But it's fine. He still looks like Pinocchio. I don't really have an issue with it either. Like, they didn't drastically change how he looked, so I think it's fine. I think another reason why people were like bothered by this is because for people that love Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and spoilers, see like a cameo of Shrek in that movie, and they use the original designs of them, and they're not doing the same thing here. So I guess people want consistency there, and I guess also going into like the actual announcement video, like when Shrek was like scrolling through the memes and stuff like that, the TikToks, they also use the original designs of Shrek, and then you're looking at the actual like Shrek design for this movie, and it looks different. So I guess once again, people want consistency there, but like I said, it doesn't bother me personally. Now, I guess let's talk about Felicia, played by Zendaya, actually. Um, I Once again, I don't have an issue with this either. Like, I don't mind this design for Felicia. Like, I guess they're trying to portray her as another typical like teenager. She has like a nose ring. Her hair is similar to how I see teenagers wear their hair. She has highlights. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Look, is that green lipstick that she has on too? That's interesting. But But yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with this. I don't see why people are freaking out about this. I guess for people that are tired of the angsty teenager trope, I guess they don't really care to see that in this movie. But like, I'm open to seeing how it's portrayed in the film. Like we gotta wait and see a trailer. We actually gotta, wait and see how this all works in the concept of the film. That's why I feel like this is kind of a mistake for them to like release this so early, because now like people have like these mixed impressions on it, and the movie's not even out for another like almost 2 years to like 1.5 years. So I don't know. Will people's impressions change as we get closer? Who knows? But I don't know if this was a good strategy for them to release it this early. Um, I don't know. And if you're gonna have them, do this reveal of the new designs, I think we should have had like a full teaser, to actually see them in motion, and like in the context, see them in context, seeing them interact with other things. Another thing, I did not care for them to do the TikTok thing. Like that really wasn't unnecessary. Like I know Shrek is like really popular on social media as far as Instagram and memes and TikTok and all that stuff. So I guess they wanted to try and make fun of that, but that really just felt out of place. Well, I wouldn't say completely out of place, because like Shrek has done pop culture references before, but this is type of the TikTok stuff. I just don't really care to see that. I don't. And the magic mirror too. I forgot to mention the magic mirror. They slightly designed him. He looks a little bit more angular, but he still looks very similar to how he looked in the first movie. So, like I said, this is not drastic changes here. I don't see why people are freaking out about it. But I mean, I'm still curious to see how this movie is. I still don't think it's necessary for them to make a fifth movie, but yeah, Shrek is one of their biggest cash cows, so I shouldn't be surprised if they try to make another one. So hopefully it'll be better than 3 and 4. You'll get back to the quality of the first two movies, and hopefully people will get over this new updated CGI. Hope they do. Hopefully people will start to come around to it. But those are my thoughts on the Shrek 5 cast announcement. Also, I'm glad to see that Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz is coming back to voice Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona. So that's also great to see. But tell me what you guys think about this announcement. How do you guys feel about the new updated CGI designs for Shrek and the gang? Do you think this is an improvement from the previous movies? Do you think this is a downgrade? Do you not know how to feel about it? Do you think they should have went back to the original designs, or do you think it was time for them to upgrade how the CGI looked? Are you excited for Shrek 5? Did you want them to make another Shrek, or were you content with how they were with the first 4 movies? Let me know your thoughts down below.